At 6. 9 months ago, a mother of 3 lost her legs in an East El Paso car crash. Today, the drunk driver behind it all admits guilt and speaks to his victim.
Plus, breaking news from Fort Bliss, at least 5 service members hurt on post during an afternoon accident. ABC 7 with the latest on Medicare changes from Washington today also, and how El Paso doctors are going to feel about it.
And if you rely on the El Paso water utility for your water, get ready for a cold splash in the face. Your bill is going up.
Well, temperatures are going to increase as we look ahead to your weekend. Just how hot will it get? It's all coming up in weather.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC 7 at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on ABC 7 at 6. I'm Estela Casas.
And I'm Rick Cabrera. We're following breaking news out of Fort Bliss tonight. Lieutenant Colonel Lee Peters is updating us on an accident that reportedly involved several vehicles. ABC 7 confirming at least 5 service members are being treated at William Beaumont Army Medical Center. As
for the accident, Lieutenant Colonel Peter tells us it happened between 1:30 and 2 o'clock this afternoon. He also tells us it's not directly connected to the massive training exercise underway called Iron Focus. We'll give you more information as we get it.
An emotional day in court as a man pleaded guilty to driving drunk and causing a wreck that left an El Paso woman without her legs. Today, George Adrian Espinosa was sentenced to 15 years in prison because of it. ABC 7's Jerry Nájera was in the courtroom. He's live with the very latest. Jerry?
Rick, Estela, I saw a lot of tears flowing today at the El Paso County Courthouse. That's where Jorge Espinosa spoke to the woman whose life was ripped apart because he got behind the wheel drunk.
I felt very bad, especially when they were sentencing him. My heart just like...
That was 35-year-old Jessica Castañeda earlier today telling me what it was like to hear from Espinosa face to face all this time later. The mother of 3 children lost both of her legs in the summer of 2014. That's when George Espinosa crashed his truck into her car, and she and two friends changed a flat tire off of Loop 375 and Vista del Sol. Jessica and her 3 children, ages 9, 6, and 3, are still healing emotionally today. She's one step closer to a new beginning. She and her 2 friends who suffered minor injuries that day sat and watched a crying Espinosa, listening to him plead guilty to intoxicated assault. She then addressed him in court. Then he asked to speak with her.
I wanted to see him. I wanted him to see me. Not for any wrong or bad reason, but just, there's choices in life that affect us forever.
Espinosa crying, telling her that he would be praying for her and her family. And tonight at 10, we hear more from Jessica and others involved in that crash. It's a story that will make you think twice about how drinking and driving can affect and forever change your life and the lives of others. Rick?
Let's hope people do think before they get behind the wheel. Thank you very much, Jerry, and we look forward to your interview and more with Jessica coming up tonight at 9 and 10. Terror on the highway about 40 miles north of Austin, Salado, Texas. A tractor trailer crashed into the support beam of an I-35 bridge, causing the bridge to come crashing down. TxDOT still has I-35 in both directions blocked off as crews continue the cleanup. One person in a pickup truck was driving under the bridge when it happened. That driver was killed and 3 others are recovering tonight.
Big news for health care in the borderland tonight. Today, the House of Representatives passed a Medicare bill in unusual fashion with overwhelming bipartisan support. ABC 7's Andrew J. Polk has a new information for us. Andrew.
Estela, with a lopsided vote of 392 over 37, the House passed a bill that eliminates the so-called Medicare formula change. It will put a permanent stop to cuts in Medicare that have been looming over doctors for more than a decade. Now, it will eliminate the so-called sustainable growth rate formula, instead paying out based on performance of doctors. It comes at a cost of $241 billion over the next decade for the country, but both sides are calling this vote a victory, with borderland Congressman Democrat Beto O'Rourke and Republicans Steve Pierce and Will Hurd all voting in favor. O'Rourke sent a statement saying that he voted for the bill because, quote, "I've heard from doctors and other medical service providers in El Paso that the unpredictability in Medicare payments makes it difficult to accept new patients or expand practices. It is essential for El Paso that the SGR be repealed." Now, for years, ABC 7 has been covering the difficulties of El Paso doctors in covering the elderly under the old formula, like Dr. Andres Enriquez.
When you ask me what am I going to do next year, I don't know. I've got a lot of viejitos, and I love my viejitos and my 80-year-olds, and they all keep asking me, are you going to continue to see us? And I said, well, I will, as long as I can, as long as I can maintain.
Now, the bill now goes to the Senate, which has a short amount of time to make a decision before an April 1st deadline. If nothing happens before then, an automatic 21% cut in these payments to doctors will go into effect. We'll, of course, keep you updated and have the latest on air and online at KVIA.com. So for now, reporting live, Andrew J. Polk, ABC 7.
Okay, Andrew, thank you very much. Get ready for your water bill to go up again. Next month, residential customers will pay an extra $1.94 more every month. That's to help pay for the $3.5 million bill the city gave the Public Service Board for street repairs. Since September, only non-residential water users were paying that bill, so they may be getting a refund.
Today, Water Utilities President John Ballou explained why residential water customers ended up paying this fee against council's wishes. ABC 7's Darren Hunt is live with that story. Darren?
Rick and Estelle, the fee came about when last-minute add-ons put a balanced city budget proposal in the red.
If there is going to be a franchise fee, that we do need to apply it based on standard rate-making practices, which through some means has to be tied to the meter size of the amount of water that's used.
A $3.5 million franchise fee is now being passed on to residential customers too, after only non-residential customers were initially billed at the request of City Council.
Do you think that this will send a message back to them that, hey, if you're going to impose these type of fees, then we're going to have to pass them on to residential customers, even if that's not your wishes?
I think the message to go back is that we want to do things the best way possible for our customers.
We need to either increase the El Paso Water Utility franchise fee or the El Paso Electric franchise fee to balance this budget.
That's City Rep Courtney Nyland back in August as the city was trying to balance its budget.
I was very opposed to it.
City Rep Dr. Michael No said he did not want to impose the franchise fee on EPWU.
If you go back to the very beginning, things shouldn't have happened to begin with. We had a balanced budget to begin this thing.
No said he and others who voted for the fee were left no choice when others on council added things back into City Manager Tommy Gonzalez's balanced budget.
You can't say I want this service and this service and this service put back in the budget and not budget for it. You have to come up with those fees.
No said the franchise fee could disappear in September during the next budget session.
The fee can go away. We can make the cuts, or we can place those fees on taxes instead of the fees, or even it out across the board.
While No did not blame EPWU for imposing the fee on residential customers against council's wishes, another member of council did. Now, Representative Claudia Ordaz told me she was disappointed the change was not communicated with council ahead of time. Now, City Rep Courtney Nyland told us she was in meetings all day and didn't have time to comment. Rick and Estelle.
Darren, thank you. It's not just your water bill that's going up, so is the price of classes at community college. The Board of Trustees at EPCC voted for the second tuition increase in September. You're looking at a $5 to $7 hike per credit hour. EPCC could still have a $4 million shortfall. A new middle school is open in El Paso's Upper Valley. We were there for the official ribbon cutting of the new St. Mark's Middle School. It can hold up to 198 students. 91 spots are still available.
It is a beautiful night here in the borderland. Chief Meteorologist Doppler Dave Spillman has your first forecast. Hi, Doppler.
Been a great day. You know, we started off windy like we anticipated with those gusts strongest on the west side of town. But as that front blew through here, the winds settled down and we turned out to have really a very nice day. Look at the temperatures across the state of Texas in the 60s, 69. The official high temperature for us. We have 86 in Tucson. You can see out there in Yuma, 95 out there. Vegas at 81, 79 up in San Francisco. Tonight it's going to be clear. It will be a little bit cooler by tomorrow morning, but really a great looking day on your Friday. Over the weekend, we're going to start to see those temperatures get a little bit on the hot side. In fact, there's a look at your temperatures out there right now. Mesilla Valley Christian School there in Las Cruces, 70. And New Mexico Farm and Ranch Museum also at 70 degrees. We'll talk about the heat in your forecast, even a chance for some rain early next week. That's all coming up, Rick.
Doppler, thank you. A very serious threat in Las Cruces turned out to be a prank Monday night.
Now, Las Cruces police warn the prankster could pay dearly. ABC 7 Josie Opegon is live from our New Mexico mobile newsroom. Josie.
Rick Estella, swatting has become a popular prank around the country. Bravo My Communications in Las Cruces was the target Monday night. People conceal where they're calling from, phone in false emergencies, causing SWAT team responses. But no one's laughing.
There's a lot of police outside, and I think they're telling us to come out with our hands up.
Again, heavy police presence here in Las Cruces.
Apparently there's somebody in our building calling from our admin number saying that they have hostages.
I'm telling you, I'm terrified.
A fully armed response for what turned out to be a hoax. Las Cruces police received a call from a person claiming to be armed, holding 4 hostages and having already stabbed one. Numerous agencies responded, but no suspect was found. A full response is costly.
There's overtime costs associated not just with our department, maybe with the fire department and AMR, but they probably have people staffed. We're calling people in to deal with the SWAT issue.
Resources were diverted from priorities elsewhere.
If something major was to happen during this incident, then we would be kind of short-staffed.
Chief Montoya says that there's no real way to tell whether or not a call will turn out to be a hoax, but he says it's the department's duty to treat every threat as a legitimate one.
This degree of severity, where you have a hostage situation with a possibly injured subject and multiple hostages in there, we're going to use all the resources we have.
Making a false report in the state of New Mexico is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a $500 fine. Chief Montoya says this caller could also be slammed with all the costs associated with the response.
It's a prank. It's a childish prank is what it is.
No arrests so far, and reimbursements can be pricey. Just last week, Zachary Hess was fined almost $78,000 for the online threat he posted to shoot people on the NMSU campus. And Bravo Mike tells me the windows and doors the SWAT team broke were $16,000 alone. Live in Las Cruces with our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom, Josie Ortagon, ABC 7.
It certainly adds up. Josie, thank you.
The city is holding an auction, and on the auction block, possibly the site of your future home. The details are next.
And it's a first meeting of the minds for El Paso's planned cultural center. How it went today is also coming up after the break. This is ABC 7 at 6, where news comes first.
You're watching ABC 7 at 6 with Estela Casas, Rick Cabrera, Storm Track Weather Chief Meteorologist Dr. Dave Spielman, and Danny Mata with sports.
Welcome back to ABC 7 at 6. I'm Estela Casas.
And I'm Rick Cabrera. The city of El Paso is auctioning several properties. It's trying to recoup money for a housing program that went wrong. The 16 properties up for auction are in northeast El Paso off Railroad Drive.
ABC 7's Maria Garcia is live with a story you'll see only on ABC 7. Maria.
Hi, Rick and Estella. Let's start from the beginning. In 2008, the city used federal money for a program that helps first-time home buyers find an affordable home. And they teamed up with a nonprofit developer to build these homes. Well, the developer only built half the properties the city paid for.
We are hopeful that we can recoup our investment from 2008. We are hopeful that putting them back in the private sector benefits the city because they will be tax-paying properties.
That 2008 investment the city wants to recoup nearly $400,000. To do it, they're auctioning these empty lots to the highest bidder, and the bids start at $24,500.
The whole point of bidding properties is to make sure that anyone who is interested, be they private individuals or a business interest or a developer, can have the same opportunity.
The lots are in a newly developed residential neighborhood in northeast El Paso. So a common sight is something like this. You'll see a new house and then right next to it, an empty lot with nothing but weeds and crumbled rock.
The city says developer Tierra del Sol only built homes in about half of the properties it was supposed to because of title problems and because they switched construction and project managers. So the city is trying to pick up the pieces.
We hope that it turns into a beautiful and great neighborhood.
Bidding ends April 22nd. We have a link on the application on KVIA.com right now. Back to you.
Maria, thank you. The group planning El Paso's Cultural Center had its first meeting today. There is debate over whether the Cultural Center will focus solely on the Hispanic culture in our area. So the city formed a subcommittee with each city rep selecting 2 members. They will choose their own leadership Wednesday.
They're ready to work. I mean, the recommendation from the city was that they meet in a month. They've already changed that. They say they want to meet next week and get their governance going. I think it's positive, and that's exactly what they wanted.
We'll be at Wednesday's meeting for the latest developments, and Doppler Dave is up next. Stay with us.
Well, it was just a beautiful day today. Again, the cold front came in this morning, cooled us down into the 60s primarily. The winds calmed down. And boy, again, a delightful afternoon and still very nice with temperatures hanging out in the 60s across town. What we're watching for next week, disturbance going to swing in from the southwest, and this is going to give us a chance of rain. Looks like by late Monday into Tuesday. And right now, Tuesday looks like a little bit better opportunity of seeing some rain. Doesn't look like a whole lot, but you know, there may be some spots that could squeeze out about 0.2 of an inch. In fact, check out your 7-day raincast. Not going to put any rain over the weekend. In fact, just going to get hotter, but it will be dry. And then late Monday, 10% chance of rain. Tuesday, a 20% chance of showers. Then we're going to begin to dry things out again by Wednesday and Thursday. The winds are not going to be much of an issue. Tomorrow, you know, we could hit some occasional breezes. That's about it. Saturday and Sunday look nice, and then the winds pick up a little bit by Monday and Tuesday. But right now, only in the breezy category, so gusts of 25, and then they get a little bit stronger by Wednesday and Thursday, but at least not too bad at the moment. Here's your weekend forecast, and enjoy it. It's going to be hot. 84 degrees Saturday, 86 expected on Sunday. Overnight lows going to be dropping down into the 50s. Your temperatures over the weekend for Las Cruces, 82 on your Saturday and 84 expected Sunday. Those overnight lows will be in the 40s. So here's how it looks across the area for tonight. Now, temperatures going to be a little cool by tomorrow morning. Look at these temps dropping down into the 30s for most locations. Where they could see some freezing temperatures going to be up in the mountains. Now, tomorrow, high temperatures will be a little bit hotter than what we had today. We'll climb into the mid, even some upper 70s. So all in all, it will be, again, a nice looking Friday. Here's how it looks overnight tonight. We'll have clear skies, temperatures down to 43. Tomorrow, we'll make it up to 77, mainly sunny skies across the region. 39 overnight for you folks in Las Cruces, so a little bit of a chill in the air tomorrow morning. 75 your high temperature. Over the next several days, you notice how we go to 84, 86 on Sunday. Overnight lows are going to be in the 50s. And then here's some of the changes. Slight chance of rain Monday. I got a 10% chance, 20% chance on Tuesday, a little bit breezy. Temperature should be hovering right around 80 degrees, and then we'll start to warm things up once we head into Wednesday and Thursday. A look at sports is coming up next.
In case you missed it last night, how about this ending in the NIT quarterfinal? Old Dominion's Trey Freeman from way outside, the running three-pointer, gives Old Dominion the win over Murray State, 72-69, your final score. It is a beautiful Thursday in the Borderland. What is up with all of my Borderland sports peeps? I'm Danny Mata with your Sports Watch. We're at a time of year where basketball is winding down and baseball is getting started, and people like me are wondering, when does football season start again? I mean, we do have spring practice going on, but what exactly is going on? You got a whole bunch of players trying to get noticed, but of course, they'll still be competing for jobs this summer. So what are they doing now? I mean, how can players elevate their stock? The answer is simple. Special teams. Kickoff teams, punt teams, field goal units. Here's Coach Kugler.
Really, we're kind of in an evaluation process of seeing which guys can help us on teams. I think we got a lot of good body types that can help us improve special teams, but we got to see what they can do. So we've really been evaluating more than work on scheme work. We'll get to the scheme work when we get in the fall.
All right, well, the madness continues. 2 games in progress, 2 more tonight. Notre Dame leads Wichita State 33-30. North Carolina on top of Wisconsin 28-27 in the first half. Tonight we've got West Virginia and Kentucky at 7:45. Xavier and Arizona at 8:17. All right, the season is over for our local basketball teams. Many postseason championships have not been had. It's unfortunate. But the El Paso Rhinos are trying to make up for that on the ice. The Rhinos are practicing this morning, getting ready for their conference final series against the Ogden Mustangs beginning tomorrow night at the Sierra Providence Event Center. The Rhinos are trying to hoist the Thorn Cup trophy for the 2nd straight year, and they're just one more step or skate away. The 3-game series starts tomorrow night, 7:30. Head coach Corey Herman.
We have a really great group of dedicated fans, and we're very fortunate to have all those fans. And you know, it's great for them. The playoff season is the most exciting part of the year.
The Cowboys signed Greg Hardy to a 1-year deal. This coming after he missed almost all of last season while dealing with a domestic violence case involving his ex-girlfriend. The charges have been dropped, but he still could face a suspension from the league. The Cowboys took a lot of heat for signing the former Pro Bowler. Jason Garrett talked about it.
Into it. I know our other coaches had questions, and we worked through a lot of different things, and at the end of it we decided that we could bring him in under the right circumstances.
Former North Carolina head coach Dean Smith died last month at the age of 83. He won't soon be forgotten by anyone in the basketball world, but he managed to leave another lasting memory for his players even in death. Smith directed his trust in his will to send a $200 check to every letter winner who ever played for him. The players got those checks. In the letter, he says he wants his players to, quote, enjoy a dinner out. Compliments of Coach Dean Smith. About 100 players received the letter and the check. That totals out to about $36,000 in meals for his former players, which is an awesome story.
That's
I
great.
think.
$100, I get a couple million.
Exactly. Okay.
More than a few. Hey, funny, the guy that hit the three-pointer, his name's Trey, so it would only be fitting that he hits that three-pointer.
Yeah, I like it.
Win it for Old Dominion. Makes sense. His parents knew what they were doing. They named him Trey.
Doppler Dave wasn't too happy about that.
I wasn't happy about the outcome. But next year, right?
Yeah, always next year.
Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast, and let me show you what we're going to be looking at. Temperature's going to get hot. I mean, we're going to be climbing into the mid-80s over the weekend. But the good news is no blowing dust and sand for your Saturday and Sunday. Once we head into next week, you'll notice the chance of rain doesn't look that great at this point. We'll keep about a 10 to 20% chance, better chance arriving in here on Tuesday, and then we'll start to dry things out again and pick up the winds a little bit by the mid portions of next week.
Can we assume that 86 on Sunday is above normal for this time of year?
Above average. It's going to be a little hot this time of year, yeah. I mean, certainly wouldn't be surprised if some areas hit 90. Yeah.
Some areas.
So soon.
Some areas, wow.
So soon.
You know we're still in March, right, Doppler?
Yeah, but we're
Okay.
close to
At
April.
the end of it, exactly.
Not there yet, though.
April showers, maybe, huh?
Yeah, turn the thermostat down a little bit, man.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Don't forget your newscast between newscasts, KVIA.com. We also hope to see you on the CW at 9 o'clock with Bob and Nicole, and then we're back here for ABC 7 at 10. We'll see you then.
Good night.